All right, hello everyone. So it is about 4 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time here on November the 12th, 2018. This will be part 2 of an ongoing experiment. If you didn't see the first part, this is the second part of how easily the island in which we live on here in Dauphin Island, Alabama, tends to flood these days, which is quite interesting for me. So again, off in my distance is the East Gulf Shores. Way off in the distance would be Pensacola, Baldwin County, etc. That's Mobile to my north. And that over the tree line is the Gulf of Mexico to my south. And underneath the house in that direction to the west would be Mississippi, Mississippi Sound, Biloxi, etc. So my earlier video today, I indicated that there was a strong potential for heavy rainfall, 3 to 5 inches. The weather forecast that I picked up on hasn't really held up. I mean, it's been cloudy like this and it kind of drab all day long. It has just begun to rain again, but nothing hard, and the tide has begun to rise. So earlier, the bulkhead was about 3 feet below the water level. Now again, the tide is just coming in, but you can see that the bulkhead is now only about a foot below the water level. And I'll zoom in. I think there's a bird over there too. I haven't seen that bird before. Huh. Interesting little guy. So I see a lot of birds around here, especially when the weather gets bad, but I haven't seen that guy before. So anyway, the tide isn't supposed to be extremely high, anything abnormal, but the highest part, or the highest tide is supposed to be here around 11 p.m. And I have a floodlight that will shine down here. And even though there's nothing terrible with the weather, I do expect it to actually come over this bulkhead, whereas maybe 20, 30 years ago, it wouldn't even be close to doing so. So the rain's picking up, but again, this is just a quick part 2. Again, I haven't seen this bird before, so I'm kind of interested in this guy. I'm getting soaked, but I usually see the same birds in and out, but I haven't seen this guy before. Pretty interesting, kind of a white head, black body. So kind of an interesting bird there, but I'm getting soaked, so the rain's starting to pick up. Again, I just want to test this out, this being an experiment of how high this water, how high it rises relatively quickly with not that much precipitation. So stay tuned for this one. You can see that the rain's beginning to pick up. I'm going to run inside, but I do expect this to come over. And again, 30 years ago, this would not have happened as easily as it does now. So stay tuned. This is part 2. Part 3 should be coming up as the weather goes downhill. And I do expect some heavier rainfall. And say by 11 o'clock tonight, if this type of rain keeps up, I do expect for there to be water under the house yet once again. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Click a like below, subscribe below, and we're going to be here. And if this weather goes downhill, we'll be here to film it. Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Come on! Yeah, visibility went downhill pretty quick. So I'll be back out here shortly. Let's see how it goes. All right, stay tuned. Let's go! Tonight, the temperature's supposed to drop from, say, it was about 72 today. It's supposed to start falling right around midnight and steadily decline throughout the day tomorrow to the highs somewhere in the, say, middle 50s. So that's a big change for us here on Dauphin Island. Nothing terribly cold to those watching this in, say, Iowa, or Maine or Vermont or wherever you may be. But for us here in Dauphin Island to go from 75 to 55, water rises rapidly. It's quite a different world, at least for me and for us here, to have to be so prepared over what used to be just a typical storm. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens, and I'll be out here if the water tends to rise, or if the water rises up above this bulkhead. I'll be down here trudging through it. Take care, see ya. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, click a like below. Let's go! I gotta get back to cooking for the kids. Come on!